okay, we all got to take a little bit of a deep breath. We got to take a step back because Kanye's saying some shit and you know, it's pissing a lot of people off.
Yeah.
It's still got a bad taste in my mouth. Obviously, I'm not directly affected, but like you can just feel the weight that he's presenting in the culture and the world. Really, like everyone I know is talking about Kanye.
Yeah, I mean,
you literally turned off the TV at work the other day because he's like, I couldn't hear him talking about Kanye anymore.
I just had to like get something else going. But also that's a little bit because I just don't think this Kanye thing is as big a deal as everybody's making it. I know, that's the unpopular opinion, but it's just Kanye being Kanye. Like, one, Kanye's about to drop an album, so we know he's trying to get the media storm
everyone
going.
knows that. Everyone's like, all right, obviously Kanye's popping off.
Two,
we all know he's about to drop stuff. Like, this makes sense.
Yeah. But also, Kanye's like always said unpopular stuff. He's always like gone against the grain and done his own thing and like didn't care what you had to say. He was just gonna do yay. And we as a people chose to support him. And now, if you don't like what he's saying, you can choose not to support him. But like, I don't get the uproar about it.
I mean, it feels like he's changing who he represents. It feels like he's shifting his audience.
He definitely is. I mean, I think. But it's not like people think it's like a black and white thing. Like, oh, he doesn't want to support black people. He's like standing for the white man. He's siding with Donald Trump. And it's like, no, he's about like a global community. And like, he's like trying to think into the future and trying to, he wants to go beyond just like race problems and solve future and like global problems.
I hear that. I don't know if I'm 100% there yet, though. He is vocally being like, look, Here's who I am, which is cool. Here's what I think, which is fine. But you got to understand, your fans are like, look, I'm out.
But I don't know if they're really out.
I don't know if they're out. No, look, I'm still going to listen to
We'll
the
see
albums.
what happens when the album comes out. We'll see what happens when he goes on tour.
Unless it's super political.
If the album
do you think
itself
Kanye
is
would do
political?
a super political album?
I think the music's still gonna be about the music. It's still gonna be about the
I hope
vibes.
so.
He's gonna have like dope features coming on, and they're gonna get in a nice artistic space, and like it's gonna be nice. I don't think he's gonna like. I mean, I'm sure he'll have lines in there where he's talking about his ideas because Johnny's head is full of all these future ideas that he's always talking about, and it's like
I'm just not ready for like a Donald Trump shout out in like a Kanye.
I don't know if it's gonna go there. Though.
It might, one. Dude.
I think if anything,
there might be one,
I think it'll be like. I'm gonna be the next president or something. He might talk about him running for president or something like that, but I don't think he's gonna be like.
I mean, he already did in the song, in the verse.
Yeah, for
Kanye versus the people.
Yeah, versus the people.
He said Donald Trump did it, so now I know I can do it. Like,
yeah,
he's already.
And that's one thing, but I don't think he's gonna be like, can't wait to sit down with Donald Trump and have mimosas. You know.
I don't know.
I mean, he does want to do that, but that's mainly to make change in Chicago, and I think to like try to have an impact.
And that's what I'm saying too. That's not.
Kanye's
he definitely
always about.
He's been talking about how. I have a respect for Kanye in that way, that he's still standing for himself like he always has. He said, "Look, this is something that's been on my mind, and I'm telling y'all, and this is how I feel, and this is what I'm doing."
And he's backing it up with action.
And he's backing it up with action. And at the end of the day, he's fighting for Chicago.
Yeah.
Which he said multiple times, is he feels like Obama didn't do that, and he feels like he can get Trump to do that. All right, Kanye, let's see it.
Yeah, I think his priorities have changed a little bit. I think he's more focused on his family now that he has young kids. Yeah. I think he's focused on building his own empire now, as opposed to like working for other people and like putting his art out there under other people's forms. Now he's doing the Ye thing, whether it's fashion, music, his like landscape developing and all that. Like he's doing Ye now, 100%. So there's gonna be a shift and a change with his perspectives and his ideas as he like focuses on himself and creating for the next generation in that way.
Do you feel hurt by Kanye at all, or do you still trust that he's doing something?
All right. I personally am not offended by Kanye for a couple reasons. One, I don't care about Kanye's political opinions enough to be hurt by Kanye's political opinions. So if this was like Obama or another like political figure that I had more respect for those specific views from, and they were saying this about Donald Trump and wearing a MAGA hat, I'd be like, whoa, like, Obama, you can't just throw on a MAGA hat. You can't do that. But it's, like, I'm here for his music. I'm not I think he's always been the guy with the crazy ideas, and I think he's staying true to that. So I'm not offended. But let's get down to the nitty gritty like comment, which everyone's like super upset about, and it was the slavery is a choice. Because I mean, there was a little bit of heat going at Kanye for like the girl he followed on Twitter, Candace Owens, and some of that
and
stuff.
And he made a whole tweet. He said,
and just the
I
hat.
like the way he thinks.
I like the way she thinks. He was wearing the MAGA hat. So there was already some heat, but people were still like kind of fighting for Kanye and behind him until he said on the TMZ interview, slavery is a choice. But you have to realize, and he says this in his Charlemagne interview, when you take something enlightened or something that could be a good comment and you put it in a different context, it's going to seem crazy. It's going to seem like ludicrous and out of place. But let's think about that. Like, he's saying that we were there for 400 years. And no, we didn't choose to like shackle ourselves and put ourselves on ships and like come over here. But to be in something for 400 years and not fight back harder for it, he's trying to say that like, it's almost like Killmonger out of Black Panther. At the end of the movie, he says, bury me in the sea with my ancestors who jumped off the ships because they knew that death was better than bondage. Slavery is a choice. Like, if you think about it that way, he's fighting, like he's saying, like, yes, the other part of the choice might be death. It might be whatever it is, but you're only imprisoned mentally. Like, we could have gone harder. He wants to still go harder now for our freedom. He's like willing to take drastic measures. So I don't think, like, you can't just look at the slavery as a choice line as a headline, you know what I mean, with all these magazines and articles and things online, and like not think about it in the full context. And could Kanye have said it better in the TMZ interview? Maybe, but it's also a 3-minute clip, you know what I mean? Yeah. When he actually took, what was it, an hour and a half or something like that with Charlemagne to break things down and explain to you his full thought process, because he's got a lot of thoughts going on, then you can kind of be like, okay, I see somewhat where you're coming from, and let's have a conversation about it instead of just, let's fry up Kanye.
I'm still going to get the album.
Facts. Yeah, it's going to be fire. I'm pretty sure. I mean, he said, I can't remember where, but I believe he said it's going to be like in the similar vein as like Real Friends off of Life of Pablo, as far as like the message that he's pushing. So I think it's going to be a bunch of crazy new sounds and stuff like that. But Real Friends is a great message. It's all about like finding the things like family and time and all the things that like anyone can have and that are most important to like the human experience, and like making the best of those. So I'm definitely down for a real human Kanye message. And like the future ideas that he have, and I'm down for him to put all of that in the music, and we'll see where he goes from here.
Hey guys, we're back. We just wanted to talk a little bit about Kanye.
Gotta talk about Ye.
I don't know if you heard, but he's fucked.
What's one way of putting it?
Real bad.